She used to be an actress.
She ever do anything I would have saw?
I think her biggest deal was she started a pilot.
What's a pilot?
Well, you know the shows on TV?
I don't watch TV.
Yes, but you're aware there's an invention called television, and on that invention they show shows?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the way they pick the shows on TV is they make one show, and that show is called pilot. And they show that one show to the people who pick the shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get accepted to become TV programs, and some don't and become nothing. She started one of the ones that became nothing.
Welcome to Couch Pilots, all of my friends. It's the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television. My name is Jason, and with me is my alien life form. It's Captain Philip Ressishire. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing? You're my corporal.
Alf. I remember that.
Yeah, eat
What
cats.
What does Alf sound like?
Hey, Willie!
Hey, Willie!
Mr. Achmonic. I think he had a crack problem, didn't he? Max Wright was his name? I think he loved crack, and he died a couple years ago.
Achmonic was the neighbor.
Oh, you're right.
Willie was the... I don't remember their name.
Willie was, yeah.
The Achmonics were the neighbor.
Not the cat, Alf. Not the cat.
Pretty good.
It's great to be flying with you. We're in summer now. We've had some, snowstorms we've went through and everything.
Snowstorms of life.
Yeah. And, like I said, last week, COVID is over. We're flying.
We beat COVID into submission.
Biden did it, basically.
Yeah.
All by himself.
Oh, that's a good talking point this episode.
But it's great to see, the blue skies when we go on trips now.
Right.
DSJ doing great. He wearing shorts, which it's summertime when DSJ is out on the tarmac.
His calves are glistening.
Oh, God.
I think
he
either
has super strength.
well he can't. It's either he can't grow hair or he waxes them. But his calves. I don't use the word glisten often. They glisten.
Glisten. Hashtag glisten.
Hashtag glisten, Linda. Right? Am I right, guys? That was a viral video. You ever watch viral?
Linda.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm sick of fucking around. How about you?
All right.
Let's bring on our guest. This time you bring him on because I did it last time. And
Kept talking, sorry.
No, let's bring him on.
Ladies and gentlemen, from one of the most famous podcasts on the face of this earth, about a show that I don't see how they would have listeners.
It's Chris Hardwick.
Two of our great friends. I have a podcast lover and her husband. We are with me right now. It's Amanda and Bryan. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, we back.
Did you start Breaking Blake yet?
Huh?
Did you start Breaking Blake yet? We said we were going to start it last week.
No, but it's, you know what? It makes sense. But I also have 3 podcasts. This makes number 3 that are like in the works but not going. There's Under the Bridge, Love Under the Bridge.
You said
The Red Hot Chili Peppers podcast?
No,
It's about him jerking off punks under the McCluggage Bridge. $10 a man.
it's a call-in show about love and sex advice.
Oh, okay.
And then me and Amanda are going to be doing the Utopia podcast.
Yep.
So what's the name of the show?
The Utopia show.
Yeah.
This was Utopia.
Blaketopia?
Amanda and Blake are in Utopia.
I don't know.
We're all
Something.
up in Utopia. How about that one? All up in Utopia.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
Okay.
Wasn't the
This
intro
is not
just
sounding good.
"This is Utopia"?
Yeah,
This is Utopia.
Yeah, this is
I think that's
Utopia.
it's up to you guys, but I think that's the title.
Right.
So I got a lot in the works.
This is Utopia, or is it?
Okay.
Is this Utopia?
in
Question mark.
in like little font, tiny font.
: space 15 other words.
Yeah.
Let's just really beat that fucking title into submission too. Blake, you have well, first of all, welcome you both back to the show. I appreciate you doing another episode.
Thanks for
with us.
staying.
Oh, 2 weeks in a row.
Last week we kind of teased that we kind of have to wrap up by a certain time tonight.
Yeah.
And we kind of left you guys hanging. I know why.
Right.
We're not going to make it.
And I know Blake knows why too. Blake, why do we have to be done by 9:30 p.m.?
Suppository time.
No, my stepson is at his dad's for a week, and I haven't had sex in a month and a half.
Oh,
Right.
And I was told this evening in a seductive way, "Do you think you'll be done by 9:30?" I go, "Yes,
What's the difference between
will you be done by 9:32?
yes."
seductive and drunk? What's the difference between those two?
It doesn't matter.
How much of a pump chump are you? Put a number to that.
A pump chump.
They say one pump
pump
chump.
chump.
How many pumps
Yeah.
are you worth, chump?
It depends on what she says in my ear.
Yeah,
Prior to.
He's probably a good Brian Hackettworth.
a good 4 to 7 pumps. That's very good for.
Well, that's the thing. We know it's not going to last very long, but
Right.
it's the opportunity. That's all that matters.
Oh, no. I want to gift you that opportunity.
There's been times where we're like, "Hey, you know what? Let's just touch ourselves and just hold each other's hands."
We got to make it interesting because Jason does that commentary over top of
Well,
it. So
Yes, I've started a new business where I do commentary while other people are having
Right.
sex.
and
He wants you to know if you want to pay for him to do that for you.
he's like, "All right, everybody, welcome to the show, and we're done."
I talk about positions. We do lighting.
They're both saying, "Ow, my back."
I do color correction, or in your case, color erection. Right? Pretty funny joke there.
I would like you to pixelate my penis, by the way.
You want to be the Japanese version of it?
Yeah.
No insertion, no penises.
Yeah, that. To be honest with you, it probably won't get that far, but
That's fine. I told
I went
him-
upstairs to check on her in between shows.
Yeah.
Because I figured
She
she was
sleep
passed
already?
out
Yeah.
because she had 3 7-7s in 45 minutes.
Well, she was like so kind of like a little bit out of it, and you're like, my back is wrecked. And I was like, why don't the two of you, when it comes time to have sex, you just both of you lay on your sides, and then you connect as people do during sex, and then I will be in the room I will be on the floor. I'll have a blindfold on, whatever, bag over my head, and then I'm gonna elbow the mattress over and over. You guys will be laying next to each other, connected, but I'll provide the motion of the ocean.
That works.
I think that's good.
You know what, to be honest with you?
you see, Blake, when a man loves a woman, Jason likes to help nature.
Right.
He just wants to do whatever he can to help facilitate.
I just want to be involved somehow.
He wants to facilitate.
Anyone who wants my services, I just want to be involved.
Email us at couchpilotspod.com, gmail.com.
That's right. I'm single right now, and I need to be involved in some sort of sexual transaction.
Put pro boner in the subject line.
Absolutely. I'll work pro boner. Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Good luck.
right?
right
Yeah,
now
good luck
she's
with that.
working on the cricket. So
Should we leave you a voicemail and then as you're engaging, you can play it and it'll be like, "Go Blake, go, go Blake, go."
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's over already.
Blake needs that kind of encouragement. I think that would help quite a bit if you
Right?
guys did that.
Space Jams 2.
Was that on Space Jam?
No, I'm just saying Space Jam 2.
Okay, that's a great.
Welcome to the
I can't wait.
space station. It's a chance of your dance.
Yeah,
Space
please do
jam.
that.
Amanda, he's gonna need you to stand in the closet and sing when he gives you the cue.
You got it.
Your room would just be lined with people with different responsibilities.
And I got a driver, so I'm just gonna be sitting there on my phone, like waiting for this to be over with.
Brian's just sitting in the corner. Jesus on the floor.
Yeah, I'm moving the bed, and you're singing in the closet. They got one of those slotted closets, so you can kind of see through it if you want to.
Nice.
He'll tell you not to look, but you can look.
You can look, I don't care.
What's he gonna do? How's he gonna find
He'd be like, "No, I'm looking the other way. I swear."
Oh my god.
I'm not looking at. Oh my God, that's so small.
Someone needs to do some color correction on that thing. It's very
get on it,
purple.
Jason.
Very purple.
I don't think it's supposed to have fleshy thorns on it.
Why does it look like a rose?
It's the cock of his head opens up like a rose does.
Stop playing Nickelback.
You had mentioned that Joe Biden had beaten COVID earlier.
Yeah.
And I know this from the internet that Brian is a very political minded person.
Yes.
I don't know about
He knows
that,
really
What's that?
but no, there's not. That's not really it. I'm just.
You have
there's
strong
one-
opinions, right?
One
Yes,
specific
yes.
person that I cannot stand,
Yes,
and I hope
strong
falls
opinions.
off the face of the planet.
It was that Mike Pence.
Oh, fuck that guy.
You'd rather have Mike Pence be the president than Donald Trump, though, wouldn't you?
I don't know. It's evil for evil, but
Evil for evil. What did you think about that? Did you? Because I went into that election thinking Donald Trump's going to win again. Donald Trump will absolutely win again.
I was worried he was going to win again. But I was very happy with the outcome.
Who was your ideal candidate? President and vice president out of all the different people that were running.
Well, I wanted Bernie originally.
Sure.
But I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen now. Absolutely, no. He's too old.
Way too old.
Who would be the ideal running mate?
I don't know.
There's some good guys out there. I think some good choices.
Yeah, I was kind of like Mayor Pete, but
yeah, Buttigieg.
Yeah, I was kind of for Elizabeth Warren, but then she kind of fell apart towards the end.
Yeah, I don't like her. Yeah. I thought Bernie and Wang would have been awesome.
Oh yeah,
I like Wang.
I'd wear that T-shirt.
Like
Bernie and Wang.
Bernie Wang.
I think Jason was a shirt that just says "I like Wang."
I want the shirt that says "Feel the Wang burn." That's what I want.
Feel the wang burn. Yes.
So I guess it's okay for me to make a comment that I've made multiple episodes. Ted Cruz, like the biggest douchebag ever.
Oh my god!
Oh, Lord,
It's
have
incredible
mercy.
that he's still around.
I can't believe.
I feel like he just can't do anything wrong. Apparently,
And that boggles my mind.
me too.
He's got a perfect record of doing nothing right.
Do you remember a long time ago when that one guy, the fuck was his name, Dean or something, got really excited about going to be president?
Yeah,
He's like,
absolutely.
"Woo-ha!" They're like, nope, he's not fit to be president.
Yeah, this guy is.
He would be all right. He'd probably be an okay president, but yeah, Howard Dean, right?
Howard Dean, that's what it was. Yeah.
We're going to Georgia and Kentucky and Iowa. Sounds like someone stabbed him mid-speech.
It is like, nope, that's too much. Unqualified. But apparently now you can just be like, people are freezing in my state. Fuck them. I'm going to Cancun.
No.
Unreal.
His kids suggested to
Bullshit.
get you go.
What if your
I
dog
love-
told
I
you,
love
take
it.
me to Cancun?
Yeah.
I love a
right.
guy that just is ready just to throw his kids under the bus
Yeah.
at
Well,
the first chance.
Here's the thing. I mean, when the president of the United States says your wife looks like a horse,
This is the best example.
I would say fuck you.
Yeah.
But no, he still rode that ship.
Yes,
I mean,
sir. Whatever you say.
yeah,
sir.
he's a coward and he's awful. Ted Cruz is awful.
greasy, fat slob.
The only reason I still support him though is that beard.
That's the worst.
God, it is the worst.
But this show isn't about politics. This is.
I
about
wish it was.
great television.
Great tell. It's not about that either.
I love that A.D. Bryant plays him on SNL.
It's pretty
like,
funny.
It is pretty fucking
She
great.
does great
okay?
job.
Yes.
Pretty good.
She is
Their
wonderful.
face structure is the same.
Yeah.
Well, I hear from different sources that Brian is very politically minded, so I wanted to touch on that. But obviously, you want to move away from
No,
politics.
it's
That's
fine. It's fine. I was just joking.
My politics has lessened once the orange one got out of the White House.
Sure.
The one who's orange.
I don't feel a constant pit in my stomach every day when I wake up. So
The orange
Yeah.
buffoon.
Yeah. What was your problem with Trump?
It boggled my mind that somebody would say so stupid stuff, and the American people would go, "Yeah, buddy, that's great," and I'm just like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
he was sent by God, Blake. Obviously, the guy who's
Have
been
you watched-
divorced
oh
multiple
my
times
God.
and
Oh my God. Are you
bangs
guys
porn
watching
stars,
this
cheats on his
QAnon
wife.
series? This
No,
QAnon?
no,
Oh,
no.
my-
Storm.
He's on a mission from God.
Oh my God.
What's your what was your big
So
beef with
great.
him?
What's my big beef? Like, I should not watch the commander and leader in chief of my country and feel worse afterward.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't be more scared or more worried after I watch it. And that's all I ever did. I always felt worse. And, like, I feel like for 8 years, like, when something bad was happening, I could turn to the news and the president would give me some sort of reassuring message of some sort.
Yeah.
And for the last 4, I had none of that. Like, no reassuring message except for we're great, we're the best, no reason, no rationale, and like I'm a science girl. He lacks all science, and so
That's true.
that's where I fall off.
Yeah, my thing is, as a nation, we 100% deserve Trump. We deserved him.
Yeah,
we
we
voted
did.
him in
Yeah,
this
we
country.
did.
This
Yeah.
country totally deserves it. We absolutely do. Yeah. But for me, he was. I know we mentioned on the show before. He embarrassed me.
Yes,
he's
agreed.
He's like,
other
"Good
countries are
Lord."
making fun of us,
good.
making fun of our
When
president.
has that ever happened?
like-
No.
Never.
It was just
Yeah.
it was an embarrassment
It was
thing.
awful.
And then I was like,
When Canada insults your president, that's fucking bad. Because
but let's never like get it out of the way. Like if you are president of the United States, you're probably not a great, like Joe Biden, I'm sure is not a great dude. He has voted for shit. I'm sure that is awful.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh,
I would
yeah. I don't
100%,
agree with
but 100% I would want him over Donald Trump.
sure.
Yeah.
And I remember as soon as he was elected, he gave a speech, kind of, I think what you were
Yes.
alluding to was like,
Yes.
oh my God, this is how
I like to feel.
someone in this position,
Yes.
this is how they should be talking to us.
Yes, this is what I want to hear.
Whether or not he's full of
I
shit or
don't
not.
care. I don't care if you're full of shit.
So I'm
Biden was kissing us on the back of the neck, and that's what I needed.
I know.
sniffing my hair. I don't care.
Right?
Trump was just shoving it
Yeah.
in my asshole without even being affectionate.
Dry
Trump did
fist
not-
of sand.
He didn't offer a reach around.
No, not at
Biden
all.
will.
No, not at all.
He was actually asking me to reach around myself to get to him.
Yeah, right.
Listen, being a female, a lot of older gentlemen like touch or kiss
Sometimes
young
you just gotta
girls.
squeeze a boobie. I mean, that's what happens.
It's just I don't know. Like
I can't wait till I get older.
You're almost there.
Most of the time, it's very innocent. But yeah, you just get I don't know. You get kind of desensitized to it. It's weird.
Isn't that weird?
It's weird. Yeah.
It's weird
Yeah.
that people get desensitized to
It
it.
is like as a woman grown up in
And-
United States, yeah.
But do you, if he would have won, we would have been desensitized after those 8 years. We would have. We would,
To the crazy, I don't know.
I think we would. I think people would have finally just
I
exhausted.
can't listen to people tell
They
people
would have
to
been
drink
exhausted.
bleach. And, like,
I think shit like that is silly and it's not. It's portrayed dumber than it is. But overall, it's. I'm glad we're past it. I'm glad we don't have to
Agreed.
think about it. I hope we can
Agreed.
start.
And I'm glad we don't have COVID anymore.
And I'm glad Joe Biden, as soon as he was elected, he's like, COVID's done. And we're like, oh my God, yes, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, as soon as he got elected, the USBC sent out a link. It's like, hey, the Open Championships in Vegas. I'm like, we're doing this?
USBC is the bowling tournament that you're,
Yeah,
or the organization.
the national. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, Trump wouldn't let me go to Reno,
No,
so fuck yeah.
Very good.
fuck Trump.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the message of the show anymore. I'm glad you're going to your bowling thing.
Amanda did
We gotta
not
get
give
him
me a
right.
lot of confidence.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
How so? What is that?
She-
You
We
guys
gotta
had a
do the
smoke
stretches.
break?
He's
Yeah.
got to do the stretches. He's got to do them.
Will
For
they
real.
let you use that little ramp thing? You can just set it up and
and
put the ball on.
And you're gonna get it. You got to get a back pill. You got to hyperextend that.
I have a
curve.
I have a back brace. I get
Okay.
swampy with it though.
Well,
Oh, that could be your thing. Look, it's the guy in the back brace.
You can't hunch
Go up-
over. It just makes it worse,
But
even though it
it's
feels
that
better.
sweaty motherfucker.
It's the guy that bowls
Put
backwards.
shoulders back. If you ever notice too nowadays, like I sit very I always sit
Astute.
With my
I
shoulders
like to
back,
say
yeah.
astute.
Because I can't sit hunched over anymore.
I like to sit with my shoulders up so I can really put my breasts out there so people can get a good eye on my breasts.
Right? Yeah.
Anyway,
They're not bad.
Back.
thank you. I've been working on them. No, I'm excited. You've had a back problem for a while, and then you're like, let me get the COVID shot, and then you had to wait a couple weeks until you got your, is it the cortisone shot?
It's cortisone, and
Yeah,
then there's
it's a
some
steroid.
mebicin. There's some mebicin, in
And
it.
that'll give you some relief so you can go to your bowling tournament and really fuck up your back.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
this is what the decision I made was.
Right.
I don't
Okay,
know
here's
how
the
you're gonna throw
decision.
this ball.
The decision was you could not go because the doctor said shut it down. Don't go for don't do this.
Shouldn't
And
listen to your doctor.
or it was hopefully pray and gamble that this works, and then when you get back you're going to be worse off than you were.
Sure.
And I chose that because who likes being worse off than me?
You're gonna end up with a rod in your back, just like that lady you
You're gonna end
had
up with a dead
laid with
leg,
biblically
yeah.
all those years ago.
You know what? I wish I would. I wish I would remember her name, and I wish I wouldn't have been so insensitive.
Because now you are the guy with the rod in your back soon, right?
She was cute, and she was a hairdresser, so I would never had to pay for a haircut.
Oh, think about the savings. Tens of $20s of dollars a year. Today we discussed the pilot episode of Area 57 from the year of our Lord, 2000 plus 7. Now that was a great year. I don't know about you guys.
2007 was great.
Yeah, my daughter turned 1.
Might be. I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember? How do you do you remember things by years or just by cuz it is tough for me to remember specifically
Sure.
what happened in a year.
Yeah.
We've been dating about 2 years at that point.
Yeah.
Aw.
I remember big years.
An hour and a half.
It was
or
the
a
year my
and a
dad
half, I
died.
guess.
Oh, it was an hour and a half.
2007 was?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow, you were fairly young.
I was 23. Yeah.
Wow.
I was 23. Yep.
Brian was
23
70.
when my dad died,
75.
and 35 when my mom died.
Oh, they're both gone.
Jesus,
I'm sorry.
So yeah.
You're an orphan essentially.
I am. I'm an orphan.
You're an old orphan.
Super young.
please, sir.
Old orphan. There's a comic book you should read and write.
Orphan?
Old orphan.
Old orphan.
That's kind of Batman, isn't it?
Sure.
Batman kind of is
Batman
old
was an
orphan.
orphan, yeah. Spider-Man's an orphan.
Right? Listen,
Yeah,
a lot
lots
of badass people are orphans.
A lot of old orphans out there.
badass. A lot of badass orphans out there.
Hashtag badass orphan. Hey, if you're an orphan, check us out on couchbuzzpodcast.com.
I think that's the name of your show, Badass Orphans.
For the Utopia
For
show?
the Utopia show. Has nothing to do with the show. but-
Total non sequitur title. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, 2007. Let's go back there.
In our minds.
Oh my God, that's music to my ears. And we go back to that year in our minds because we want to judge Area 57 in the time that it was created.
Right, and we can't look at Area 57 in the context of 2021. Okay, in 2007, a lot of things were different. Okay, in 2007, we obviously didn't have COVID. Okay,
Hadn't made it in the lab yet.
we did not have 30% capacity at all sporting events. Okay, we didn't have things like Wellbutrin or Band-Aids.
There was Wellbutrin in 2007.
Amanda?
Stop it. I work in a pharmacy.
Amanda?
Please do not tell me what drugs were.
I do a lot of research. I do a lot of research, and I like the fact that you stopped at Wellbutrin, but when I said Band-Aids, you were fine with that.
Yeah, whatever. I don't do medical supplies.
Just drugs.
pharmaceuticals.
Okay, Walter, she just does drugs.
Yeah, that's why I love that show.
Is Jesse
Breaking Bad.
You gotta love Jesse, right?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Junkie with a heart of gold.
That's right. Most of them are.
Junkie with the heart of gold. When Skinny was playing the piano, I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's an amazing piano player." Skinny
Skinny
Pete
Pete
is a great piano player. Who would have
I
known?
love Skinny Pete and Badger.
I'm more of a Badger man myself.
Oh, I love
What do we know Badger from? I know him from some place.
He did a
something
few
else.
episodes of the show Community. I doubt you know him from that though.
He was on the show Mom.
He was the dad
Once
on
in a while.
Mom. Yeah.
Oh, was that with Anna Faris and the Jang?
Show-
That show
show-
is way better
It's way
than
funnier
it
than it
should.
should be.
Is it really? Is it good?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
We
It's like
haven't watched it all the way
syndicated.
through, but we
No.
catch episodes and be like, I'm laughing this entire
I
episode.
know,
Why
right?
do I not watch the show?
Why do I not watch this? I mean, I do like them. I like, both of them.
Is Jamie Presley in that too?
She is?
Yeah.
Is she? Okay.
She's not.
Yeah. She's a good looking girl.
I was a big fan of her on My Name is Earl days.
Yeah.
My name
Yeah.
is Earl.
That's the guy who created it.
Exactly.
Greg Garcia, friend of the show, Greg Garcia.
He is a friend because he sent us some important stuff that we couldn't get anywhere else, and a poster that says "Hobo, Blood Fart Hobo." What is it?
Blood Fart Hobo Camp.
Yep, that's what it says.
There you go.
And he sent us a message on our 200th episode too.
Oh yeah,
a nice
for
guy.
sure. Anyway,
April 1st of that year, WrestleMania 23 at Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. John Cena beats Shawn Michaels.
Sure did.
The Undertaker defeats Batista.
Sure did.
And Bobby Lashley downs. Do you know anyone? Do you know who beats Bobby Lashley?
Ooh, my God.
Oh my God.
He's like a encyclopedia.
I hate Bobby Lashley.
Isn't it incredible?
He's a goddamn card catalog in his head.
He's like
Yeah.
a Google.
do
You
you-
don't even fucking need Google. You just get.
But do you
Brian
know what
in the room.
that match was about?
I don't.
Oh, it's on topic.
Is it really?
Vince
That's great.
McMahon picked a wrestler. He picked Umaga. Donald Trump picked a wrestler,
did
Bobby
he?
Lashley. And the losing billionaire had to have their head shaved.
Yep. Now, yep.
Vince, when
Vince
you get a
lost, of
celebrity,
course.
Vince always will lose, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He just wants, he wants the publicity.
Are you gonna watch WrestleMania?
No.
Is it? They have an audience?
Supposedly they're going to, but I don't.
Yeah, it's
It's
2
all-
days. I don't.
It's in 2
I haven't-
days.
I haven't-
No, it is 2 days long.
It's 2 days long.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing it 2 nights. Like they did that
Like
last
this
year
typical, where they do the Hall of Fame.
No,
Oh,
this
no,
is
an additional night
The
in addition to that.
actual wrestling.
too.
2
They're doing
nights.
like 3 hours each night. And from what I understand, they made keep this going forward. I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah,
But
I do too.
I haven't watched WWE in about a year.
Yeah.
Because it's been terrible.
AEW.
AEW's been good.
Yeah.
I check Royal Rumble just because I love the Royal Rumble. See who's
Sure.
gonna show up.
You want to see what's his name trip and fall on the mat?
Exactly.
Who was that?
Oh,
Titus O'Neil?
Titus.
That was the one in Saudi Arabia, the
Yeah.
greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
The Royal Rumble this year for 2021 has already happened. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Who were some of the surprised people?
There was no surprises.
No surprises?
Not really.
No
There's
gobbledygook?
always
No
some
Pete
old
Rose?
person.
Edge came out
there's
and
always
won,
some
right?
old
Edge
person
won.
usually.
Edge won.
Yeah, or some celebrity or
You're
something
right,
weird,
yeah.
right? Nobody came back from retirement or being injured and
no.
came back.
Well, Edge did because
Edge.
he came out of retirement last year, but then he hurt himself right away.
Right. Yeah.
Which is always
So
a
that
good
was
sign.
his comeback.
Was Bart Gunn there?
No, Bart doesn't wrestle no more.
Oh, darn it.
Billy Gunn's over in AEW though.
Is he really? Is he wrestling?
He's like a backstage producer, but he jumps in the ring. His two sons also wrestle.
I was going to say, he's a guy who looks like he's still in decent shape, but he's got to
Great
be
shape.
52,
Oh, yeah.
55?
I'd say early to mid 50s.
Yeah.
His two sons wrestle, and they have a group. They call themselves the Gun Club.
Oh, that's
As
cool.
in Billy Gunn.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. BA, baby.
Right?
Yeah.
B. Baracus.
Well, I think you guys had a thing with BA in his intro music, right? Mm-hmm. Well, how's Billy Gunn's intro music go?
I'm an ass man. Bow, bow, bow.
He's done that on the show before. April 3rd, French high-speed passenger train, the TGV, reaches a top speed of 574.8 kilometers an hour. That's 357 miles an hour, breaking the record for the world's fastest conventional train.
And everybody was sucked to the
I
back
was
of
gonna
the.
say, is that a passenger train?
I think so.
Jesus.
I wish we had some of those high speed
Oh my
trains
God,
in the
are you
US.
kidding me?
Like,
Well.
have you taken the legitimate train in the US?
It's very slow.
Yeah, once from Bloomington to Chicago.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, I think one of Joe Biden's infrastructure plans includes trying to work on high-speed rails.
Oh
for
God, wouldn't that be
country.
nice? I mean, I don't have to fly. If I could take a high speed train to like Colorado, you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
from here, like if I could go to Colorado.
But you
on a
want it to
high-speed
slow
train,
down
or-
like during the cool stuff because last
slow down to the cool. No,
No,
just
no,
fucking take me to
no,
Colorado.
but last year we were going to take the train to Reno.
Yeah.
And it's the California Zephyr, and it was
Sure.
there was a lot of amazing, beautiful scenery.
Sure.
I don't want to miss that.
Sure.
But I also don't want to spend 4 days going, which is what it took 4 days to get
4
there.
days on the train. Yeah, up that.
We went
Just
down to
don't
New Orleans. What
we
did
went
it
to
take,
New Orleans.
24 hours?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it took 24 hours.
I went
on
to-
a train.
I went to New Orleans on the
train.
train too.
Yeah.
I went to New Orleans on the train too.
Yeah.
That was on your journey to see Hank Williams stuff, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my best friend doesn't fly. So, yeah.
Ugh,
you
it's so
gotta
fucking annoying.
do all the things.
Wasn't Elon Musk like, I'm gonna burrow underground and create trains?
Tunnels?
Didn't he say that like a couple years ago?
Right. Yeah, get it.
Whatever
Elon.
happened?
All right.
Whatever
Where
happened to
are
that?
my fucking underground trains, Elon?
Hell yeah. Give me
yeah.
some goddamn underground trains.
Yes.
We got nothing else going on.
No.
Give me that underground railroad, am I right?
Yeah. The whole U.S. will just collapse.
Right.
Infrastructure my ass. April 24th, Gliese 581c, a potentially Earth-like extrasolar planet habitable for life, is discovered in the constellation Libra. What do you think about that? Outer space.
I'm still mad that they got rid of Pluto.
Yeah. It's tough to get past that to make any
Yeah.
progress going
Right.
forward, isn't it?
Didn't we?
Fuck you,
Didn't
Pluto.
we let Pluto back in a little bit?
I think they're like, you can come back in,
Yeah.
but we're going to call you a dwarf planet. And-
Yeah, right.
And then Pluto came back in with his hands in his
Yeah,
pockets. And was,
I'm
"All
okay
right."
with that. Yeah, right. I'm totally Pluto, who's like, thanks guys, thanks for letting me come play.
What if there was like a planet you could go to this and it was like far away? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be like your great great grandchildren would get there because of like traveling through space and time?
Let's use a wormhole. But yes.
How do you
Yeah.
how do you explain a wormhole to me,
I
please?
don't know. Just
Okay.
watch Interstellar. They'll explain it to you.
I tried.
Matthew McConaughey stays the same age. Stays the same age. But his
All right.
his daughter is like a kid when the movie starts, and then she's like a 30-something adult by the time
Yeah.
He took some medicine.
it ends.
Ibuprofen, I think.
Yeah.
You were so
Stay the same
You were so mad at
age.
me about that.
Listen, you need to take ibuprofen 800 milligrams 3 times a day with food, sir, and do these stretches.
Are you listening to
was
this?
Legitimate. I am
She's
no
gonna
joke.
write you a prescription. Down.
I
Put it on your
I
fridge.
was you, and I let it go. Like
Oh,
I
I'm
did what you
sorry.
did. I did injections, and I kept going to the chiropractor, and I did not get better. I got worse.
Before we,
until I got
these are
better.
two different conversations that happened before the show started.
Yeah.
Brian said, "Watch this movie on Netflix called Good Times." I'm going to do it. Okay, you need to listen to her recommendation.
No, yeah.
Agreed. Yep. We're gonna show them.
Now they both recommended something to us. Blake, what's something you'd like to recommend to Amanda?
Yeah. Recommend me something, Blake.
Recommending
Give me-
Blake and recommending Blake and recommending Blake and recommending Blake.
Give me a recommendation.
What do you got?
I recommend Pure Romance. Molly sells it. I recommend that.
She's still selling it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we called that lady?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was great.
Listen, I got a
You had a,
party.
you had a good party, right? It was a good party.
It was fun. Yeah.
Ain't no party like a Pure Romance party.
I love it when he gets all snidely whiplash. All right, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm back in 2007
Yeah,
with
for
his
sure.
snidely whiplash.
I'm there.
Who did that last time? They both kind of did why we chose to watch it, right?
Yeah.
Blake, you know the real reasons, right?
Yeah, there is 3 simple criteria why we do this show and how we pick the shows that we watch. It was a pilot episode that either aired or didn't air and only had one episode. Number 2, we had to find it on the interwebs. And number 3, it had to be free, baby.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You're probably asking your dumb self, where can I find the entire episode of Area 57? Well, you can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube. I'll ask Brian again.
Do it to it.
That's
It's close.
that'll be it. Can that be it going forward?
Do it to it? Okay.
What's the actual phrase?
It's this is a phrase that I invented. It's pretty cool. Or go to YouTube, and you know what to do, tube.
But
Oh,
if
that's
you,
right.
You
if,
know what to do.
if you
too.
think about it, Brian just made one
Right.
that's 4 words and only 8 letters.
Yeah,
Boom. Efficiency. That's what that's called.
it's like that.
that's kind of Brian's game, though. He's very
Lazy.
He's
Lazy would be
he's
the word.
very efficient. Like
It's efficient.
he's an efficient husband. Like he's just efficient. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
It's like that.
I was
classic,
going to ask, but I thought no.
It's like that classic
He's
joke.
just efficient.
Take my wife, please. A 3-word setup, 1-word punchline. What's more efficient than that?
Can we go back to that she said he was an efficient husband?
Are you guys gonna hire me to come to your commentary?
Guess so.
That'd be the quickest
just
$30
efficient.
I ever make.
There's one button.
You know.
Summary of the pilot.
Hold on, Blake's dying.
I killed Blake.
Gross.
He's dead.
Gross. A comedy about the employees for the U.S. government who work in a remote facility in the Nevada desert which houses an alien creature.
That's a B.
Sure
that's,
does.
that's a B.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Way
happened.
more ominous than what actually.
What else do you want out of a summary, Blake? That you just give it a B.
transpires.
He's in such pain.
I know.
What's going on?
You need a hemorrhoid donut.
Legit.
Do
No,
we need to break?
right now.
Can you podcast laying down?
Look at his poor eyes
could.
are watering.
This chair is not good for what's going on.
No, it's awful.
Will your mic stretch all the way upstairs so you can make your 9:30 appointment?
What about that rocking chair? What if
No.
I bring that in?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You are not fine.
I'm
We're
very
we're
fine.
looking at you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called manning up.
Do you need a pillow?
No,
Yeah.
no. You know what I learned from all my back stuff? Don't push through the pain. It's not worth it.
Don't be a big man, all right?
Don't do it.
Be a little bitch. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Be
All
a
right,
bitch.
listen, little bitch.
Little bitch.
What kind of chair would help you going forward? Be honest, for real.
Yeah.
No, it's-
He's running to grab one
No,
right now.
it's very simple. What I should do is when I get uncomfortable, I should just go like this, and then stand up until I get uncomfortable, and then sit back down until I get uncomfortable, and that's.
Would
that's
you
what-
like to do that right now?
No,
what kind of chair would be good?
I think
though?
he needs a hammock.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say hand job, and I wasn't totally off.
Maybe
board.
that's the thing. Maybe that's what I'm missing. That's why my back is not getting any better.
No hammock.
So
hammock
somebody
is
call
going to
Blake's
No, not the
wife.
hammock. It was the hand job, Amanda.
Call Blake's wife, please.
Yeah.
3-word setup one.
That is probably good for you because when
You're relaxing because you
and then you arch. And the arch is what you need. You need the arch.
You don't know how they do
son.
it. Maybe he's on the bottom.
Listen.
I'm a bottom boy.
Listen, every human arches when
When Blake is experiencing ecstasy,
Yes.
his
At the
back
end-
arch. I've
at
seen
the
it.
End, yeah, he's filmed it and done commentary.
That's right.
He knows. So
What really bothers me is when he does this Howard
what you
Cosell
need to do.
imitation when he's doing it.
Yeah. What does that
He's
sound
gonna
like?
go all the way.
Look at that little monkey go.
Space Jam.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Space Jam.
we break from this Blake and Molly sex to make an announcement. We have just found out that John Lennon has been shot and is dead. First down, Blake.
Oh God.
That's you, Blake.
I'm the king of the ring.
Right? Sit up.
This is the song I always play for interesting facts.
Oh,
Literally every episode.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Interesting Facts. These are facts about this pilot that you may not know. Jason has scoured the internet. We have one rule and one rule only. It's called the Comrade Rule, which we have not used in a long time. Basically, it says, don't express your opinions about these facts with anyone else. Don't taint their experience. Just keep it to yourself and enjoy the facts.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
I like that you're just listening to that. Like, oh, that's the King of the Ring noise. It triggered absolutely nothing in you.
It's because he's in so much pain.
I was just going to say, it's a testament to how much pain you're in.
I'm 100% know exactly how he is.
What is the chair? I'm bringing you a chair
No,
next
it's
time.
not going to help.
It won't.
It won't
Just-
help.
What will
just
help
power
then?
through.
What will
Now,
help, Amanda?
I'm too far gone now.
He needs if he's gonna sit in this chair, he needs a back roll and he needs to put his shoulders back.
What
But
about, like,
he's not gonna do it right this minute, so you better just
Just
get the
mosey on?
podcast. Yeah.
I need my face down, my ass up.
yeah,
That's the way he
That's how
likes
we
to
looked
cast.
up.
yeah.
Do we need to get him one of those like Hannibal Lecter style dollies? Do you think that would help him?
Maybe.
No.
It's getting close. It's getting close.
Okay. Interesting facts for sure. Let's see. Area 57 is the name of a pilot produced for the 2007-2008 season for NBC. It centers on an Area 51-esque military base and the alien it houses. The pilot was not picked up. Obvious fact.
Avi.
This is a lame fact, but
Jeez. Directed by Dean Parasot, who directed Bill and Ted Face the Music, Galaxy Quest, and Reading Rainbow. Fact. Do you remember the Reading Rainbow
You
theme song?
need one of these back
Amanda
pillows.
just showed me a porno
You
picture.
need one of these back pillows. He needs one of these rolls.
Do you know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about getting one of those anti-gravity chairs that you turn.
You'll hang up upside down and you'll
Listen.
lift and separate.
And then when you sit on the couch and you slump over, you're gonna ruin it all. So you might as well just get yourself a back pillow. and
Amanda,
start
I've been
sitting
ruining it
up
all for
straight.
years.
Start sitting up straight.
When he wasn't drinking, he had a steady diet of Mountain Dew and sleeves of Oreos at about 1:30 a.m.
I had
Right?
Oreos last
And
night.
Ritz crackers too.
Did you have a whole sleeve though?
No.
He did. He did.
Isn't it Look Up in the Sky? I Can Fly Twice as High?
It's in a book.
Reading
Wait.
Rainbow.
Take a
thought it was-
look.
Take a look. That's what it is.
Butterflies in the sky.
That's what it is.
I can go
Twice as high.
Just take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
I can't go
Yeah,
anywhere.
You can't go anywhere because you're back. Just take a look. His back is fucked. It's Blake in traction. All right, that's fine. What's this music?
It sounds like the 9:30 music.
Pure romance. Getting out all the supplies.
Oh yeah,
tonight.
she's unloading. She's unboxing it.
Unboxing the
Oh
items.
yeah.
You're like,
Lay 'em
well,
out.
Blake likes the really long, thick dildos, so I get those out.
Area 51 or 57 rather stars Matthew Lillard of Scream fame, or as Zach Galifianakis calls him, the guy who looks like he's always smelling something weird.
That's funny.
Jane Lynch of Glee fame and Party Down as Irene Maloof, and Paul Rubens, television and silver screens Pee Wee Herman as the alien.
Irene Maloof is from Glee, right?
Jane Lynch, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Jane
what I
Lynch.
mentioned. Yeah, Glee and Party Down. My daughter when she was really young, she would call Pee Wee Herman Peenie Harmon, which is not his real name.
Did you tell her about his trip to the movie theater?
That's how I introduced him to her, and then I said, "Now watch this children's show."
Of course.
The following is from NBC's press release about Area 57. Taking on the challenge of a classified mission in a top-secret location is hard enough. Throw in a dysfunctional crew that despises you and an alien that makes fun of you, and you've got one bizarre challenge on your hands. So what if Colonel Stephen Isaac's new career move turns out to be more of a punishment than a promotion? He's ready for it. Foul extraterrestrial body emissions? No problem. Random objects falling from the sky? He's got it covered. Dirty looks and dirtier rumors? No worries. The laughs are all in a day's work in this unique comedy.
Okay.
This was supposed to be a comedy?
End of interesting facts.
Good God. Tweeter. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's it. Twitter responses. It's a weird sync. Like, you don't recognize the King of the Ring, but you're ready to go forward with it. I don't know. I'm fine with it.
Twitter responses. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to do my version of Twitter responses when I'm about to have sex. Twitter responses. Everybody got some Twitter responses. Jason got Twitter responses. Twitter responses. No,
I do actually.
Oh.
I do have, which is good because we went a whole season of watching like game shows from the '60s and '70s, and everyone's dead or
Right.
wishing they were dead. And finally, we're getting it back in the present time where it is possible to have a Twitter response, and we do.
You all right?
Yeah, I just needed to get closer to the table so
You're
that
just
I
like
could
staring at
cross
me,
my legs.
positioning yourself. I'm just like, what are you doing?
No, I'm just moving. Don't
Wait.
mind me.
This is a great podcast.
I can't look at you.
That's the first person that ever said that. This is a great podcast. We'll take it. Put Brian on the Hall of Fame. Okay, so Couch Pilots, what we usually do when it comes to Twitter is we take we look at all the actors, the creators, writers, directors, producers, and we say, hey, we're Couch Pilots. We talk about TV shows that had only one episode. Next up for us is Area 57. We're excited to watch it, and we're wondering if you had any fun or interesting info you'd want to share. Thanks. We hope to hear from you. Well, Officer Sims, played by Kelvin Yu, responded. He's the fellow who I think was boxing with Bruce McGill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Being the Asian fella. He says, oh, God, haha, terrifying, enjoy. The only thing I really remember is that I almost threw my neck out fake boxing with Bruce McGill. The rest is a blur, but a great group of people. And I said, fake boxing with Bruce McGill, legendary. The call sheet does look pretty great for this pilot. Thank you so much for responding. And that was it.
that's great. Oh.
Yeah, fun.
Sometimes you read a person where they're like, I'm just going to give them this, and then I will
Right.
never
But
respond.
it's better than
Yeah.
nothing at all.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
And this guy, too, I don't know if you were a fan, any of you in this room, but Kelvin Yu, again, who played Officer Sims, was also Aziz Ansari, one of his best buds on Master of None.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
I
didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I haven't
I
seen
like
it
that.
yet.
I
Yeah.
like that series.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty good.
It was really good.
I'm not a Parks and Rec fan. I don't like Aziz's comedy. I do kind of like Aziz though a little bit, and
Yeah.
Master of None is very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish they would have another season.
And there might be. He might cook up something still. But I think that was originally him and Harris Whittles
Sure.
were cooking up that first season.
R.I.P..
And then Harris loved drugs so much that he died. But thank you so much, Kelvin Yu, for your response. We really appreciate it. And now we're going to segue into the exactly 10 minutes and not a second more of breaking down the pilot of Area 57. Amanda, would you like to start this time?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Do you have notes?
She
I
always
have
has notes.
I have the start of the notes.
Most people
because-
don't have notes, and that's fine.
The
But
beginning of her notes are.
But my MO is to have notes. That's what I do on the challenge
There you
podcast.
go.
Fair enough,
There you
yeah.
go. So yeah, this episode starts off somewhere in the Nevada desert. Matthew Lillard enters as Colonel Isaac. He is coming to be in care of an extraterrestrial. Jane Lynch gives him the lowdown.
They don't call him that. He's the visitor.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of it.
He's talking about it.
Isaac is reading the thing. It says extraterrestrial,
Yeah.
and on the documents he got from somebody higher up.
Yeah.
And throughout this, They get to the visitor, but there's a lot of like racial puns.
Yeah,
you know, the Mexican
I was
the.
trying to play into the joke that you say extraterrestrial, and everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, we don't say extraterrestrial. We say the visitor."
Oh, sorry.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't. They really never explained that. Why they didn't like that phrasing. I think it was just a vehicle to churn out punchlines.
Oh, they're punchlines. Exactly.
And say a bunch of racial stuff, like Blake was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's all okay, but extraterrestrial is not.
Right.
Like, that's the, yeah.
Bruce McGill. I think I know him best as being one of the fellas in Animal House. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, did he drive the tank?
I think so.
Yeah.
Was he in MacGyver?
I don't know.
Okay.
Everybody was in MacGyver.
He was in the first and last episode of Quantum Leap.
Okay, as who?
Well, in the first episode, he was just somebody that Sam had to work with. I think he was a baseball coach, maybe.
Baseball coach A.
And then in the last episode, he may have played God, depending on your view of the episode.
I didn't know if they were playing. He's playing the same character and to kind of bookend the series, but it's not that
But
at
I
all.
think that's supposed to be the subtle hint that maybe he was God the whole
Gotcha.
time.
Wow.
Don't know.
My
So
mind's
be
blown.
nice to your little league coach. He might be God.
That's right. Well, he's whipping the hell out of Officer Sims.
Oh
there.
yeah, and I love this because it's basically just on asphalt, and they just have caution tape around
Yeah.
just the ring, and he's beating the fuck
Yeah.
out of this guy.
Yeah.
He says, "Is it McGill says, or whatever the general's name? He's like, is it a visitor or some kind of Chinese person? One of the many, not necessarily an epithet, but just a generalization that is not accurate."
Right.
Sims, who he beats up, he's there in the office with the general talking to Isaac with a bunch of gauze in his nose. He's always very happy, too. Doesn't he? He seems happy to be there.
It's just ecstatic.
Well,
Yeah.
because when the visitor spoiler alert, when the visitor comes back to life, he's excited about it, and everybody else is pissed.
Oh, yeah. So they go into a large, empty, like dark warehouse, and in the middle is this
Called a
kind of-
hangar.
Yeah. It's in the middle is this like lit up white room with a bunch of windows, and that's where they're
Yeah.
keeping the visitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do they call? They call it the box.
Yeah, the box. It's like an observation.
It
pod.
reminded me of the Marvel things, like when
Sure.
they catch Loki and they put him in. It's the exact same thing. Only
Yeah.
Loki's was a little bit bigger. It
Kind
was
of like a specialized prison.
It's super
right?
dark. It's super dark, and except for this box that is very, very bright and very, very white and clean.
And so they, I can't remember this project something Armatrin or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's terminated because the alien they believe to be dead.
Yeah, because Dr. Lynn is doing the vitals, doesn't get any, and she's like, "Oh, the visitor's dead," and that's when everybody gets excited. And we find out that this visitor
Yeah.
has been here for 40
years, yeah.
and has basically just tortured and tormented everybody, and they all hate him.
Yeah. He's the
Or
giant.
her.
He's the giant a-hole, or they are a giant a-hole.
Yeah.
A-hole.
Thank you.
And they called it was called Project Martini.
Oh, Martini, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I said Armatrin. I think that's because I misspelled Martini. I was looking at it.
Your phone
It's
just
Martini.
autocorrected.
You're right. It was absolutely Martini. That's a terrible spelling. It.
I pay attention when I do this.
So they,
show.
but Steve Isaac's like, I want to see this alien. So he goes in there and he's talking to that lady doctor, and he spills like his coffee or something on it, and it wakes him up. The
Yeah.
alien is not dead at all. He's alive.
And that's when we see the Asian fella come out of, because everybody involved in this is getting on a bus and they're leaving there because
Yeah. Yes.
and
we're
they're
done.
They're
I can go
super
home.
excited,
Yeah.
and he comes out. He's like, "Hey, no, guys, guess what? The visitor's still alive." And everybody's like, "Fuck!"
Urgh.
Anytime there's an alien in like in a movie or something that's been caught, what's the first thing they do to the alien, Brian?
They always lock him up, and then I would assume you would probe him in the ass because that's apparently what they do to us.
Yeah, or like a vivisection or like some sort of autopsy. So everyone's leaving, but they're gonna just leave this corpse here. You think they'd be dissecting it or taking it
Right.
apart,
Yeah. Right.
At least do a swab, right?
like a COVID test.
Yeah.
At least do a COVID test.
So the project's back on, and then we see the alien. It's the first time we see him, and it is Paul Rubens, Pee Wee
Yep.
Herman, as it
Yeah.
were. He's drinking a lot of caviar and vodka. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's a handle of vodka on one, and it's caviar on the other. He's doing the slurping thing, and this really put me off because I hate Eli does it all the time, and I hate the slurping sound. It's like you're done. It's obvious. Oh,
We need to have soup night over here.
I hate it.
Hates mouth. You can't watch any Tim and Eric shit either. It's all mouth noises. But But yeah, Steve is just sitting in the room with an alien. It's really weird because there's they must know enough about the alien to think that he's not going to attack him, because it's weird to think that this brand new guy, they're just sitting at a table one-on-one by themselves.
Well, it's been 40 years, and the guy has never probably shown any aggressive type at all.
They dress him like a prisoner, though, in an orange jumpsuit.
Damn right, dude.
The alien speaks perfect English.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
He asks for Steve's qualifications, but it's clear he doesn't really care what they are. He's just he's running through the business there.
Yeah.
And the alien is bald with no ears, just kind of like lumps with holes almost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Funky.
And so he's asking Steve Isaac these questions, and he basically is like, what are your qualifications, blah, blah, blah. And all the answers he gives becomes puns for penis puns. And
Generously endowed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hot number. Steve is quickly quarantined after this. Why is that, Brian?
He's been exposed. They don't know what kind of crazy alien germs he has.
No, that's not it at all.
No, that's
It's a
later.
humongous fart that causes an
Yeah.
alarm. And on this pilot,
It locks him in there.
multiple times alarms go off, and nobody knows exactly what that alarm is.
Yeah, and they all are like, "What's that alarm? Is that this alarm?"
Am I getting confused later when they make him take his
Yes.
pants off and hose him down?
Yeah.
What does the alien have a
Did
butthole?
you watch me last night, Brian?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know.
where is he farting from?
Yeah,
we
don't know.
Does he have a butthole
Yeah, I have
like
no
you and
idea.
I?
Right?
Vents in his armpits.
Who knows?
Gills.
Gills.
He's got a couple Bruce McGills under his arm. Pretty
Or
funny.
McGillicuddy's.
Not bad either. Let's see here. Then it cuts to a scene where the general and Irene discuss Steve in the mess hall, and they're kind of this is kind of a funny scene, I thought.
Yeah.
Briefly, they're almost proud of how bad the food is.
Yeah.
The general's like, "Are the peaches fresh?" And he's like, "No, sir." And he's like real happy about it. I thought it was kind of silly.
And then
Yeah,
the
it
thing
was fun.
is that beef stew? He's like, it is if you don't leave it there very long.
Gotta
Something like that.
eat it quick.
And so the lady was offended, and so she wants him written up. Meanwhile, Steve Isaac goes and finds a hangar, and it has the spaceship, which is the slickest spaceship. I think they spent a lot of the budget just on this spaceship.
It's like a spaceship.
And and you know what? To be honest with you, this is the only time I laughed in this whole fucking pilot. Is he touches the spaceship,
Yeah.
and then he becomes like half paralyzed.
It
and talks
shoots
funny.
him across the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electric shock,
Yeah.
for sure.
Somebody was laughing in the car on the way here.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I
But-
was. I watched it.
And that was it was,
Yes,
and then he was talking.
it was.
talking
Oh,
like
teacher.
he wasn't doing a handicap. It was
Doesn't
No.
tip.
I'm a paralyzed.
Yeah.
I touched the ship.
Yeah.
So the general and Irene, they find Steve after he's been laid out, and they say, "Hey, we're putting you on probation." They say, we should probably put a sign by the ship.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't touch the ship."
Right.
And,
that would be good.
and also he's like, hey, the general's like, hey, by the way, after you fill out your own paperwork for your suspension, send it over to us so we can sign it.
Yeah. Right. Fill it out for us.
Sure.
Is
Bruce.
this necessary?
There's a scene right after that too, where it's apparent that the alien had impregnated one of the scientist's dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the bathroom.
It was a male dog.
Like, what are they
Yeah.
all corralling in the bathroom for? Number one,
It was a
Tell 'em
male
the
dog,
story
too.
About this male dog.
All sorts of miracles of science.
Yeah, it was just incredible.
That was funny.
But the
I
scientists, they don't seem to be getting anywhere with the alien or the
Yeah, they don't know
spaceship.
anything. He's
Yeah,
been there for
no,
40 years.
40
They
years,
know
nothing.
nothing. They don't know if he has a butthole. They don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to find out. That's like my only question about the anatomy. What was that?
The only thing, the aliens, you're not like, what kind of knowledge can you
No,
bring us from the universe?
no.
Like, do you have a butthole?
Yes.
I need to know.
Well, it's do you have a butthole, and then depending on their answer,
Can I put something in it?
or will you show it to me immediately? But I like put something in it too, because then you get to see it and do something to it. That's better.
See?
You thought that's 2 steps ahead.
Not just a place for a hat.
Right. So Steve is all by the time he gets mended up, he's like, they haven't in 40 years. I'm in charge of this now. He goes in there and he just starts talking really, really shitty and being mean to the visitor.
Really gives them the business.
Yeah,
Right.
tells him what's up.
And-
Basically, he's got him figured out.
Right.
And he's in there telling him, "Hey, I've got you figured out."
Right.
It's kind of funny too. After
Yeah.
he gives them the business, Paul Rubens as the alien, he just kind of sits down and pouts.
Right. And
Yeah.
starts
That was kind of
crying.
funny. He's
Yeah,
pouting.
sit down and pouts and fake cries.
Well, Steve starts to talk about what good they could do if they work together, and the alien seems to like agree with what he
Right,
says.
and he gives him a very special rock.
Yeah. It's it says it's to symbolize my home world and then our collaboration and friendship.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so Steve calls a meeting in the hangar. It's the same style of meeting when they were saying that the project is over,
Right.
but now it's everyone else sitting there. And then Steve's up there, and he's like, hey, I got this rock. I think we're making some progress here. We're going to move forward. And then everyone freaks out.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a biohazardous box and everything.
Yeah.
So they know what this is,
Yeah.
but it's not really explained.
I believe that it's probably
a piece of
fecal
poop.
matter.
Okay, that's what I thought too.
This is where they strip him down and spray
Yes.
him down.
Yeah.
Did you, Brian? Did
Apparently,
you
I
think
wanted
it was
to get
shit?
that sooner. Apparently,
Yeah.
Did you think
I
it was
thought it was a
alien
I
turd.
thought it
shit?
was going to be a piece of shit.
I thought it was
Yeah.
a turd as soon as
That's
he
what
gave
I
it to
think
him.
I thought they were all going to laugh and be like, "That's his poop, you
Right?
idiot."
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
That's totally what you think of.
Now, I've seen my poop almost on a daily basis. Nothing to shake a stick at. All right, not very cool.
Right.
If this was his poop,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It is foul.
Pretty cool
yeah,
poop.
Painful
yeah.
coming out though.
painful." Yeah.
Well, we don't know what his butthole's like
Right,
yet.
exactly.
It
Who
could be
knows?
one giant callus
That's
out
the
there.
main
No,
focus of
maybe
this
it's like
pilot
a-
is what is
maybe
that
it's like a
alien's butthole?
gear. Maybe it's like a gear.
It could be a gear.
It could be a gear, and so those notches could
For
just
all we
easily
know,
roll. Yeah.
that alien's butthole
That
is
was
a gear.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, we don't know. Who knows?
So after this all happens, Isaac goes out into the desert on the base, and the general is hitting golf balls. And the guy that tweeted us back, whose name is
Kelvin Yu playing Officer Sims.
right, he's holding like a driving range basket and he's trying to catch all the golf balls. Isaac says, "Hey, I'm going to do my best. You can believe in me." Blah blah blah.
I'm totally dedicated to this.
Dedicated to this, and all of a sudden, a jeep just falls out of the sky.
Yep.
And breaks the general's golf club
That's right.
that Corey Pavin gave him. I think it was Corey Pavin.
I don't know who that is, but maybe.
He's a golfer.
They look back towards the facility, and it's almost like when you have rec time as a prisoner. Because again, the alien looks like a prisoner in his orange jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit, yeah.
And he's out there kind of playing basketball,
Yeah.
but in a weird
Alien way.
the ball's moving. It's like that Tic Tac in space, right?
Well,
it's moving
he's
in weird directions.
He's like showing the guy that he can do all this. Like,
Yeah.
he's not being held there. He's obviously just okay with being there.
Yeah,
I'm just chilling out.
I'm just chilling.
I just like fucking with people.
These people give me whatever I want, and I just chill here and dick with them.
I'm a grade A asshole.
Yeah.
No one likes me where
Yeah.
I'm from.
Yeah.
Here they
Yeah.
treat me with the
yeah.
respect a geared asshole deserves.
Please
Exactly.
remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
I bet Blake wish he had a cured asshole right now.
Hell yeah. For a number of reasons, as far as I know.
Yeah, about 15 minutes from now.
Hell yeah. You heard him right, Brian.
Right?
Amanda, why didn't Area 57 work?
Oh God, I don't know. A whole number of reasons. I don't think it's a bad show premise. I feel like their alien design is terrible. I feel like that needed to be a little something more than just some weird ears on a human. Same with the dialect, basically speaking English with no kind of understanding that there's some kind of like translation device or some stupid thing, that they always explain away.
Yeah.
I think that some of the comedic pieces definitely landed, but yeah, without some of those other things to like help you buy in, there's just not a lot of buy-in in this movie.
Sometimes it's as simple as one
Yeah.
or two throwaway lines to help explain something
Right.
to get you a little bit more invested.
Right.
And this may not have had some of those lines.
And I think
Or some special effects or something.
you're right. And I also think the dialogue was really fast in this. And that's what we missed. They had the opportunity to not be so fast and maybe explain something, but the dialogue between everybody was really, really fast. Just like, I gotta get to the joke.
Well, it's a
Right.
weird premise, and I
Yeah.
think if you only have 22 minutes to make a show, you're probably trying to come across with this weird idea for a program. You kind of have to run to the finish line, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Brian? What would you do to improve this,
To improve it,
or whatever your thoughts are?
can you not break shit? You're in somebody else's house.
I know you guys got the money, the
man.
podcast money. It's fine. I'll get a new one coming. Amazon.
Just go to Blake's Amazon wish list.
Put this on the Challenge podcast account, please.
They could have done this in the 80s when maybe this premise would have been more appropriate. This definitely felt like an 80s show. Yeah, I don't know. Because I liked this just because I like Matthew Lillard. I like Paul Rubens. I like Jane Lynch. I like Bruce McGill. But I like seeing this as just some weird shit that all these people that I like did.
Yeah.
This would be a terrible TV show.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
If it survived, Blake, what are you going to see week after week?
Week after week, there's things between Isaac and the alien, and the alien making Isaac look like shit, and him trying to like rekindle himself.
Do they become friends though? Eventually, do they become good friends?
Eventually, like it's one of those things that he breaks through, and they deal with each other, and they just have bosom buddy stuff. You know what I mean? Like
They both dress up like ladies,
like Perfect Stranger, like Perfect Stranger.
Yeah.
Cause an alien leprechaun.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, what a catchphrase!
Oh, I saw not too long ago. I saw a meme that had both of them from Perfect Strangers, like a photo shoot and then now it was the same pose. It was so funny.
Did you ever watch The Leftovers on HBO?
I never saw that either.
So it was an episode. It was a show where like I don't remember. Is it 3% of the world just disappears?
Yeah,
They
kind
don't-
of like the blip, only more like nothing
from
to
Marvel.
explain it. Yeah.
I was thinking about Kirk Cameron's Left Behind series.
Yeah. Sort of the same situation. They
Yeah.
tackle: is it something religious? Is it something weird?
Yeah. People don't know.
So lasted 3 seasons. The first season, they show on TV. It's like Entertainment Tonight, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's been a year since the whatever they call it,
The Vanishing.
and like The Vanishing." And we look at all the celebrities that left us, like the entire cast of Perfect Strangers,
the entire
Yeah.
and
cast.
we're like, "Oh man, that's crazy."
That sucks.
Second season, somebody's watching like TMZ.
Yeah.
And TMZ is like, we found Mark Lynn Baker hiding out
Yes.
in Mexico, and he's playing himself.
Yeah, is he?
Yes.
Yes.
What a weird choice for a
And-
show.
And they come
Oh,
running
it's
up with like a camera, and they're like, Mark, why did you fake it? And he's like, no, habla English. Damn it! And he just gets up and like runs away.
Oh, that's awesome.
Third season,
No.
Mark Lynn Baker comes back,
No.
Yes. Yes.
and he talks to one of the main characters
Yes.
as himself because he has found this group that they claim to have found a way to send people to where their loved
to
ones
where
were.
to where the vanished people went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he tells her the story.
For
That
real.
He's like, well, how do you think it feels when all of your co-stars, all of your friends disappeared, and you were the only one left like behind and everything? Gives this like impassioned like speech and stuff, and then it's gone. He's only in one episode.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
That is so
It was
bizarre.
weird.
What a weird
Yes.
choice for
Right?
like.
It's
That's
so
cool, though.
great though.
It's cool.
And okay, I got to ask this now because I know nothing about the show, but is what Mark Lynn Baker is talking about? Is it a real thing? Going somewhere to find your family?
They leave it open ended.
Yeah.
That is so bizarre. What a weird choice to pick that guy.
That's awesome, though.
Good Lord.
It's like whoever was like a producer on the
They're
show
good-
or
they were
the
just friends.
writer just had a hard on for Perfect
Or they were-
Strangers.
or they were like-
loved the show. Let me see if I can write this into my show and get it on. You know what I mean?
Or
It
he was like his
totally one
neighbor.
of
It was like they were neighbors in the apartment complex.
he grew up watching TGIF.
those. Yeah.
See if the guys from Step by Step are available.
Yeah,
no?
right.
How about Mark Lynn Baker?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take them.
Is Alan Ruck available? All right, now let's see what other people had to say about Area 57. IMDb does have a score. Now, on IMDb, you have to have a minimum of 5 ratings, and it's a scale from 1 to 10 decimal points in play. Amanda, do you want to fancy a guess at what people around the world had to say about Area 57?
2.
2.0.
Yeah.
Brian?
3.5.
3.5. Blake, I'm going to say a 6.5. Or do you know, Blake?
6.5.
All right, Blake's getting up to presumably P. I would hedge you bet that he's going to pass away. It's like when a dog leaves,
Yeah.
you know, and it finds a
Goes
place.
off,
Yeah.
Go off to be by
Yeah.
themselves.
He knows
Yeah,
it's
he
time.
knows.
to, like,
Either that or it's getting close to 9:30.
oh, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, he's got to go prime himself. This is a 5.9 from 47 ratings.
5.9.
Critic reviews Pilot Error, which we have heard from before, by Josh Hadley on forcesofgeek.com says, The humor is unexpected and yet seems oddly welcome in this insane world where no matter what happens, it kind of makes sense. Like the random cows that fall from the sky. Were there cows that fell from the sky?
Not that I remember.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I'm ashamed to admit I found
Was it a story they told? We didn't actually see it.
there was a cow story. You're right. There was a cow story.
Yes.
I'm ashamed to admit I found Lillard's physical comedy to actually make me laugh. Viewer reviews. There was some potential here. This is by Martin Heffer just a year ago, June 8th, 2020. He gives it 7 out of 10 stars. Area 57 is a pilot for a rejected television series. It can be found on YouTube. It stars blah, 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 blah. Let's get down here. In some ways, the show is similar to Alf, but without a puppet and with the alien being even more annoying. It might have been fun to see where this could have gone and had the series been approved. Interesting and never dull. This is worth a look.
Oh, Lord.
Huh.
Gross.
Ladies and gentlemen,
These two swore up and down that you were going to die. I said, no, he's just going to use the bathroom. He'll be right back. I'm glad you're back.
Right.
until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
Now we grade. Blake, you did a great job last episode describing the grading scale.
Oh, thank you.
You want to do another round of that?
Nope.
Fair enough. The grading scale is 1 through 7, and they're all based on the characters from the television program affectionately and accurately known from the 1990s as Wings. 1 is the worst score you can get, and that's a Roy Biggins. 7, that's the best score. That's a fellow goes by the name of Brian Hackett. Brian, not Hackett, but actual Brian in front of me. I turn to you. How do you rate Area 57?
2.
Wow.
Okay.
This was a terrible show.
It was not great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same question, Amanda. How do you rate it?
I second the second.
Second that emotion.
Second the 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big steaming pile of
It
2.
was. Yeah. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, which is why I didn't get
What's the worst thing you've ever seen? Probably that beheading video with ISIS, right? I've never seen that.
Yeah.
If I saw that, I bet that would be the worst thing I've ever seen, but I refuse to watch
Right?
it.
I'm not watching that shit. No.
You gotta remember, I used to run a film festival, so she's seen a
That's
lot of
true.
horrible movies.
God,
Is that
a
dead
lot
or
of
you bringing
bad
it back?
stuff.
Dead.
Dead, all right.
Dead and gone.
Oh,
COVID
the
killed it.
pandemic killed it.
Darn,
The
my wife
pandemic
loves to
killed
get
it.
high and go to your
Oh,
festival.
yeah, right?
That was awesome.
Can't walk.
Molly, you can sit down. No, I'm okay.
I'm good.
And then she walks.
Okay, maybe I'll sit down.
Maybe I'll
she-
sit down.
And then she walks into the theater. I can't move my legs.
I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but Amanda, that's a very good impression of Motley.
It was very good.
The high voice, that was good.
Jason,
Yeah, oh yes.
I look to you. How do you rate Area 57?
Brian said it earlier that he liked a lot of the people involved. I agree.
Yeah.
I think Matthew Lillard kind of gets a weird bad rap sometimes, but I kind of like Matthew
Oh,
Lillard.
I like Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce McGill, I don't know a lot of his shit, but if he's cool enough to be picked by Doug Kenny to be in fucking Animal House, then yeah, he's cool.
Right.
Bruce McGill's cool.
Who's also the captain in Time Cop.
I don't think I saw that the Van Damme movie. I
Yeah,
never
it's fucking
saw it.
awesome. You
Is
should
it?
watch it.
Damn, I should watch it. After I didn't watch it Good Times, I'll watch it. The series, not the show you recommended. Good Times. The black exploitation
Right?
TV show. Yeah. I heard it's dynamite.
Dynamite! Ow.
It would be weird. It feels like every episode would be a bottle episode where you're confined to this one place. I'm sure
Yeah.
they venture
Well, you
out
say
eventually.
that.
What's
But
that?
you know they're going to put a bucket hat on him and a Hawaiian shirt and go out into town, of course.
Like a weekend at Bernie's
Yeah,
with the
totally.
alien.
You're going to take him to the local bar and get him drunk?
Yeah. Honestly, I could see this on like on USA Network.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be
TBS.
13 episodes.
Yeah.
It would go 2 seasons, maybe. I could see something like that.
Well, now they have a show
They
on
have an
Sci-Fi.
alien doctor, yeah.
Sci-Fi called Resident Alien, where he's a doctor,
Yeah.
but he's disguised as a human. It's Alan Tudyk playing him.
Alan Tudyk is great. And is it all just Space Hog music?
Oh, no, I haven't watched it.
Okay, well, Space Hog had an album called Alien Resident
there we
Alien.
go.
So pretty good deep cut. This isn't terrible, but it is not good. There's a couple of the physical things, as mentioned in the final descent portion of the show, did work. There's some things that were kind of funny physically, but overall not great. I think I got to give this a 3. Captain Philip, rest assured, I turn to you. How do you rate Area 57?
I have respect for the people that are in it. We've seen a lot of projects where there's a lot of great people on a project, and you can slap a lot of good-looking shiny pennies into a bucket
Classic saying, shiny pennies in a bucket. Cliched almost.
Like I said, the only thing that I actually laughed at was when he got shocked. And
Yeah, it's funny.
And, and so I give it a 2 as well.
3 2s and a 3. How about that? Yeah. And with that, we will close the book on Area 57, and we will never mention that show again.
Yeah.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of The Wonder Cabinet. Here's a little something to wet your whistle. Dr. Gordon Wayne is a world-renowned heart surgeon who's haunted by a past failure. Sarah Coleman is a brainy medical student who falls out of favor with her professors because she challenges the establishment. And Dr. Kevin Spitz is a neurosurgeon with shaky ethics. The three of them are recruited by the mysterious Mr. Swisky to further his efforts in his studies of teratology, the scientific study of unusual biological monstrosities and malformations. Good Lord, that's a lot.
Jesus.
You can find the entire episode of The Wonder Cabinet by subscribing to Couch Pilots on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube. Amanda?
Do tube it.
Brian?
Close enough.
Do it to it is what you're supposed to say. Do it.
Is that the new thing? Did I create something?
Yeah, you created it.
Hey, is that like an hour and 15 minutes?
He's a content generator. Yeah. You got 5 minutes before 9:30.
No, I'm saying, is that pilot an hour and 15 minutes?
I don't.
That explanation was so long.
I don't remember. But I mean, we're out of the game show season, which means the door is wide open for these long ass pilots. We're gonna have a couple.
Curiosity kills the cat.
We got we have another themed season come up. Should I next season? That's months away. Should I mention it or not?
No, it's not. It's too early.
Okay, it's too early to mention. But you'll
because that's season 30. That's the big.
Oh yeah, it's the golden. That's the paper anniversary.
Everybody
right?
needs to bring us paper as a gift.
Paper.
We're gonna do. Should we tell them about the idea for episode 300?
Not yet.
We shouldn't tell them about it.
Not yet.
Not the listeners. These two.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Listeners, they'll listen. Go ahead.
Yeah, listeners, take off your headphones. So 300 is the best score you can get in bowling.
Oh, yes.
And fan favorite of the program. Not that you guys aren't fan favorites, of course, both of you are. But Matthew has been on many times, our friend Matthew.
Yeah.
And Matthew and Blake engage in a one-on-one basketball competition last summer as well. Well documented on YouTube. You can watch it on. And Mick Foley is on there too. Did you know that?
No.
Mick Foley. I'm not joking. Mick Foley talks directly to us. He did a cameo with us.
Yes, I remember. Yes,
So seriously, check that out. If nothing else for Mick Foley.
What is it on YouTube? What do you got to search?
Hoop jeans.
Hoop jeans.
Because they played for a pair of jeans. Hoop jeans. Very funny. I like to declare how funny things are. Anyway, so in the round 2 between Matt and Blake, they will be now entering Blake's expertise, even with his fucked up back, and that's bowling. And it coincides well with episode 300. Invitations will be sent all around, and I hope the two of you can join us. I think it'll be in August.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys can make it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some beer towers, just so you know.
Is that like faulty towers?
They're bowling,
No,
bowling
you
beer
did.
towers.
Did you do the beer towers with us?
I don't know.
The first episode, the first 2 episodes of.
I wasn't on the first 2. I was on, I think, 3 and 4.
We had beer towers. We got
we only had on the first 2 episodes because we were like, what?
Yeah.
Hurry up, it's 9:30. Blake has to go fuck his wife.
All right, let's get to it.
Oh no, she's fucking me.
Go to couchpilotspodcast.com. It's probably pretty
It
true.
is very true. Very true.
You can.
If that's our option, she'll say, we're done. It's fine. We're done.
She's the 3-pump chump. Check out all our past episodes at couchpilotspodcast.com. We got Facebook, Twitter. We've got Patreon page. You can give us some of your money, and then we will spend it. Also, there's a phone number. It's 910-PILOTS-1. Call us. Leave us a voicemail. You can hear what your dumb fucking voice sounds like. Was that you got something, Blake?
Well, I was just thinking, speaking of Patreon, I'm thinking that what we should do for the 300th episode
And just so before you go any further, we have never done our part of the bargain on Patreon for people.
nothing.
Okay, but go ahead. Go ahead with what you have to say, though.
I think what we should do is we should have limited edition T-shirts made for episode 300.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about it.
Right?
Amanda and Bryan, 2 episodes in a row. Really thank you for joining us, spending this time with
thanks
us.
for
I
having
had a lot of
us.
fun. I really honestly did have a lot of fun having you guys here. You guys are always
we
great
love
to talk
coming.
to.
Yeah.
anything that you guys want to promote? I mean, you did challenge last time, but you do another show as well,
I
Brian.
do. If you go to geeknerdery.com, you can check out Challenge, which is the podcast me and Amanda do all about MTV's The Challenge. I also do one called Midnight Drive-In about weird horror, cult, exploitation movies. We just got out of Kurt Russell month because Kurt Russell turned 70 last month.
Did he really? He's so fucking badass.
He's badass.
He is.
You know what? To have a hot chick like Goldie Hawn for all those years and never have to marry her, that's badass.
Smart.
Badass.
Did you do the thing? Did you do the thing during the month?
We did not.
Okay. What did you do?
Well, we did 2 of his classic old Disney movies.
Okay. Was there one with a horse?
I don't know.
Okay.
We didn't do one with a horse. We did 2 of his made-for-TV movies in the 70s. One where he played the guy, the sniper guy who climbed the tower and killed a bunch of people at that college.
Oh wow.
And then another one that was supposed to be a pilot for a TV show should have been on here.
Ooh, hold
Called
on.
Search for
Maybe
the
you should have
Gods.
called us.
Search for the gods.
Search for the Gods.
We gotta make a note of that. Search for the gods.
We didn't know it was a pilot until we watched it, and we're like, "Oh, this was supposed to be a series," because it doesn't end very satisfactorily. And then we did Used Cars and Big Trouble in Little China,
Oh, okay.
because there's a weird connection between those movies. And then we did Eye Patch Week, which is
Mr. Pliskin.
Captain Ron and Escape from New York.
Yeah.
And then we did a bonus week, and it was sexy 90s thrillers with Unlawful Entry and Breakdown.
He stars in both of those.
He does.
Is Breakdown the one with him and his wife that and she
Yeah.
gets lost? Okay, that's an edge of your seat thriller.
It is.
I do like him. He was great. Did
So
you?
you didn't do the Christmas movies?
No.
With either of the 2?
We try to keep stuff after 2000 out.
Oh,
I just saw a video recently for a horror film called Pieces. You've seen that, I'm sure.
Pieces is amazing.
You
should
love
watch
it?
Yeah. It's Italian, but acts like it takes place in the United States.
Yeah, I saw too that Eli Roth
Kinda
was like
like
this is my
pizza.
favorite.
Yeah, Eli Roth's an idiot, but the movie's good.
I heard he's a pretty nice guy. Actually, I heard he's a good dude.
I'm sure he is. He makes horrible movies.
I never saw The Green Inferno. I refuse to watch that.
Yeah, no interest.
Anything else? You want to promote the Utopia podcast?
No, but you should promote your Joe Blow videos and stuff.
Oh, I've started writing
Yeah.
stuff for Joe Blow.
yeah.
Very cool.
I don't know a way to single out my stuff exclusively, but go to joeblow.com.
Yeah, check out where are your videos that they're on that certain.
They're on the Joe Blow horror videos. YouTube.
Yeah.
Do it to it.
So you have spent some time, being a freelance writer, quote
Yes.
unquote. I don't know, what that entails, but how are you? Are you enjoying it, or is it?
Joe Blow, if I could do this full time, I would. It would be
Awesome.
the best job.
That's
in the world.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I actually just started a part-time job, and my other part-time job is Joe Blow.
That's great.
And I'm hoping to expand it because it's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
I'm proud of him, aren't you?
Yeah,
very
it's
cool.
super exciting. I'm
Yeah.
super proud. Like we've
He's
always
finally becoming
watched,
something,
No,
right? No.
well, he's finally doing something he loves
There you go.
instead of something he hates. But yeah, I mean, we've always watched YouTube videos like those stupid Marvel ones that is like Easter egg videos about what's in the Marvel movies, or I don't know, some movie we like and we're like, oh look, there's some top 10 videos and all that
Sure.
kind of stuff. And now like Brian writes the scripts for some of those videos.
Wow.
It's incredible. Like it's fun. Like I'm super proud of him.
I did one on
and-
Event Horizon
It's
and
so bizarre.
one on the movie Mimic.
Yeah.
Mimic was
for-
an early Guillermo del Toro film for the United
Yes.
States, right?
Yes, and they fucked him on it. So
I believe
there's
it.
a lot of
It's not great, is it?
so.
Do you like it? Mimic?
Well, there is because they after the Weinsteins were booted out of Miramax, they called him like, "Hey, do you want to come do a director's cut?" So he got to reshape everything into what he actually wanted to do.
Because he is awesome.
He's
Oh
fantastic.
yes.
So
But Mimic,
we
I
saw
don't.
him. We went to.
Yeah.
We
Got to
went
meet
to
him.
we got to meet him.
Oh,
We
really,
went
even?
to
Champagne.
Champagne.
He,
to,
he was right here in Illinois.
yeah, he
for
did a
the
speaking
for
engagement.
Ebert Fest,
Yeah.
Okay.
and they showed Crimson Peak Crimson
Crimson
Peak.
Peak,
It's
yeah.
the last one he had
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah, it's
So he
it's a
did
few years old, right?
introduction, showed the movie, and then we
Yeah.
waited for him to afterwards, and he came out and signed a bunch of stuff for us.
Wow, very
Right?
cool. I never
That's
saw.
neat.
I own it, but I never saw Devil's Backbone. Do you recommend it?
Oh,
Devil's
yeah.
Backbone's fantastic.
Is it? I gotta watch it. Because Pans is one of my favorite. Pan's Labyrinth is one of my
yeah.
all-time favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a brother sister film. So
Yeah.
if you watch
Okay.
Devil's Backbone, you'll see there's a lot of comparisons to it.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, again, thank you both for being here. Blake,
Yes.
game shows are over. The gambling tips are done.
Yeah, and everybody has lost their money.
What?
By online tips.
what is next for you? This is part of the show where you kind of say you do your wrap up. Is it a message of positivity? Is it a message of negativity? You're kind of a negative Nancy. We found out last week.
Season 29. Every episode, I'm going to give you a compliment.
You're gonna give me a compliment?
Yeah.
Oh, how
After
cute.
Is this a cop out? Is this kind of a cop out thing, or
After 29 years, you deserve a little bit of credit. You do a lot of work, and I don't do very much at all.
no, you do quite a bit? I found out in your absence. He does a ton of technical
Yeah,
stuff. He does
yeah,
a lot of
right.
writing
Oh,
and the
yeah,
summaries
for
and stuff. He
sure.
does a lot of work for the show.
Okay, first episode, season 29.
Okay.
You're a very devoted father, and you and your daughter have a really good relationship, and that's pretty awesome. And no, I'm serious. No,
Amanda's got
I commend him for this very much.
That is nice of him to say, but he is right. I don't take a lot of things, but I am a good dad.
And I would also say that you have spent almost 2 years now not using the word that you used to use.
Oh, should I say it now or not?
Yeah, go ahead.
Chinaman?
Yeah.
Well, my daughter is half Chinaman.
Yes,
So I thought it was like I could say it because
Yeah,
black
right.
guys say whatever it is black guys say.
Yeah.
The word I'm always thinking, But my daughter is half that, and I was told I shouldn't say Chinaman anymore.
Yeah.
No,
That's
but
right.
season 29, every episode, I'm going to give you a compliment, and you are a wonderful father.
Well, that's very nice. Completely unexpected and slightly embarrassing.
It's
little
a,
for clip.
Precious.
I forgot. I forgot that's going to take. I have 9 more episodes to say.
See, I knew it was a cop out. I knew it was a fucking cop out. This show's a cop out, but it is always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you next time.
We love you, lady. Bye-bye.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
Thank you guys so much. That was fun.
Yes. Stop it. You guys always say that. It was fun. Yeah. Right? Your energy's a little low.
I just could have been better.